personal, familial, thought-provoking. I loved it. I loved the camaraderie. I loved the communication, and I suppose the complete international mix of people on the Camino. And I walked solo, so I met lots of other people walking solo, and so we spoke.
Oh, that
was my best, I suppose, way of putting it to you. It has, and not only is it getting a number of people, but it is reaching out to people in other countries to organise their own Camino journeys in their own countries. And even in Ireland, we have a number of local Caminos. Yet people come to Santiago each year at the end of their Camino journeys. I can't tell you why the Americans and Canadians come, but I met Americans this morning, and they had been 8 times on the Camino. 8 times. Only when I meet them along the way. But in 2019, when I stayed in Mery, Mery is a small town. Yes, I stayed at Hotel 92, and I wondered what was the significance of the name of the hotel. And basically it was a story of migration. The man who was running the hotel, his parents had left when they were all really young and gone to London. He was a chef and worked in the hotels in London. And at some point he had saved up all his money. There were 2 children, and he decided, we're going back to open a hotel. And the son was running the hotel. And the year they came back was 92. So I thought that was a great story. That is really a story of inward return migration. Must be positive, because of interaction of people from outside of the local community into the community. And nowadays we're such an international group of people. It must be good to people mixing with people who are still living here. I know you were saying some people are leaving, but some people are still here, and it's working for some people to be here. And so they do need the business, and it's 12 months a year, isn't it? It doesn't stop, it doesn't close down. I know you've less people through the winter, but you still have people, souls along the Camino. I honestly, I have never met anybody along the Camino who didn't welcome visitors. They're always very welcoming, and they want people to come along. And I think the duty, I suppose, is up to the pilgrims, you know, to be kind to people who are kind to them as well, you know. I know probably some people on the Camino, maybe they're students or maybe they're very little money, they're camping out. Maybe the economy isn't working for everybody. You know, it's probably not a positive for everybody. But there must be some economic, there must be quite an economic return for people along the Camino, I would imagine. It's difficult. Is it difficult to actually ascertain that?
Yeah.
It is. I always found it reasonably clean. And I mean, it's sad if people are leaving litter. I mean, I would hate it if there's any visitors were leaving litter, but I suppose that happens everywhere. But this is a very green part of Spain.
That's it.
And I think people are encouraged, you know, by the, what would you say, the efforts of the local councils, you know, to keep it green and clean. I just hope inevitably there may be some fallout from the visitors. But of course in the last few years the visitor numbers would have been down.